We in the building.
Let me scoot over.
Scoot over. Say hi, Gavin.
Hey, y'all. Hi. Hi.
Say hi.
Thank you for joining the live. Look, I forgot I was supposed to come in like this tonight, but I'm all thrown up.
What was the bushes about?
The bushes was yesterday. We was talking about war. I don't know if it's because it usually come up there that you lie.
No, we're not.
There is.
The viewers.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I appreciate everybody joining the live tonight. Everybody's here early.
Oh, we got OCW in the building.
OCW, this is her first time showing up lately. I ain't seen her in a while. Look, haven't been tuned in lately. I try to catch this one. Thank you all. So we had a I got people saying hey already. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and drop them green hearts. Y'all already know the deal. And let us know where you're tuning in from, because we got new people in the live tonight. You saying hi?
Hi. You're blowing kisses earlier.
So tonight, hey Antoinette.
Danique in the building.
Danique.
Oh, and Desire's here as usual.
Desire. Cameo Life. So I got my husband here tonight. I told y'all I was gonna bring him on. So we're gonna talk a little bit about military pay. Military pay, dual military life, being married in the military. Y'all said y'all wanted to talk about that tonight. So we on here tonight to talk about that. Let me see if I can pull up the live.
Big facts, what's up? I heard y'all been down here doing it big the last 6 days. You know, doing it grinder. Yes. Appreciate y'all support though. Appreciate it. If y'all haven't check out the website at www.armyprincess.com. It's Army Princess with 2 N's.
All right, y'all. So yesterday we talked about military careers and growing our military careers. Today we're talking about after you already, established a little bit in your military career and you meet that special someone. Let me turn it down some because I feel like we kind of like the top of our heads. Danique said, yes, I'm married and have 3 children. Hey, Leisha. So we want to talk about military life. Well, military married life and, starting a family, getting married in the military, all of those things, all that jazz. So drop your specific marriage in the military questions, or if you all have any specific questions on being married in the military. Sure. I know some people said they wanted us to talk about our story and how we got married. I do have a whole video up in a Married in the Military series on my YouTube channel. Yeah. Hey, Cammie.
Sorry, I can't hit the button.
Hey, Blackheart. I appreciate y'all tuning in. So, hey, Kathleen. So, I wanted to talk about, I got some day ones in here tonight. So, talking about, like, when you meet that special someone, whether it is somebody that is, either a civilian person or a military person, there are some things that you can do or not have to do, but things that you do in the Army, I would say, so that the Army recognizes that A, you're married, and B, when you leave this place, you should be stationed together at the next place. So it's not anything that's automatic. True. You have to put in the paperwork to let the military know that you're married. And you can, you can marry another branch, like another person from another branch, but I don't know what their paperwork is called.
I still think it's the same married army. No, I don't know how, because ours is the Married Armies Couples Program. So I'm not sure how inter-service marriages work. They will work with you, but that's a different type of paperwork that we're not used to. Mm-hmm. Gavin wants me to color, and Alicia Giselle is asleep, as Gavin should be too.
So, if you all have any specific questions regarding, marriage and things like that in the military, we can answer those questions. But we're gonna kind of talk. I guess we can start by talking about our story and our experience.
Oh, how you chasing me down?
I don't know about chasing you down.
I'm just saying, the thirst was real.
I don't know about all of that.
Tell him, Gavin.
But hey, Isabel. But so he and I met at our very first duty station. It was both of our first duty station. We were in Japan, and we actually got married in Japan. So we went to like a Japanese courthouse and filled out all of the paperwork. We brought a translator, and we
locked it up.
The chase down story.
See, she know. She chased me down.
I did not.
The day ones know what's good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in for a question for y'all, because I've been giving y'all questions lately. Y'all been doing a good job of answering the questions. If anybody is like my day one, my OG day one, can y'all let me know? Does anybody know like where we met at? Like, of course, I told y'all we met in Japan, but like where at in Japan did we meet? If anybody knows,
I'm down. If somebody put that in there, I'm down to send them a coupon code. Like, I feel like they can get the first person that said it. We should give them something. What can we give them?
I don't know. What you want to give me?
You want to give me a gift card to Army Princess Collection?
Sure.
We drink wine and we get real. What do you?
I don't know what you're trying to say here.
No.
I don't know what you're trying to tell them.
We give stuff. We get giving. Unselfish.
You started with we drink wine and we get. I'm like, what you trying to convey?
It's YouTube. It's a family show.
So Denique said, do they have stuff for kids on base? Yes, they do have.
Well, Kathleen's close.
Stuff for kids. Kathleen said at a brief, then at a party.
I mean, she right.
Close. Yeah, I guess. She must have watched the video.
She watched the whole video.
So we did meet. Well,
but did you mean the city?
No, I meant like where we met at.
Oh, well, so she wins.
She wins. So we met at a club, actually. Well, I first saw him at a brief, and then we actually talked and met at a club.
She chased me down at the brief.
I don't know about
you met me at the brief and chased me down at the club.
It's Cammy said, I'll be back. Let me go watch the video. So we have a whole video up on this on my YouTube channel already. But so he was giving, you know how I told y'all he was intelligence earlier this week? So he was giving a brief, for the new people that's just getting on base, stand in the front and give a whole brief. We watch him. So he was giving the brief. I was in the audience watching the brief. And then later on that weekend, my roommate took me out to the club. She like, oh, you just get to Japan. Let's go to the club and hang out. So I went to the club, and when I went to the club to hang out with her, I saw him, and I remembered him because he was standing in front giving the brief earlier that week.
She was looking like DJ Metcalf. DJ Metcalf.
And I came over and I spoke to him first. But then he was just
he
was just like starstruck. He was just like awestruck.
The chase down though. That's
not, just because I say hi does not equate me chasing you down. What happens after that is you chase me down.
Well, you was cute. You know what I'm saying?
Kathleen said you saw him and you spoke to him. Yeah, so I saw him and I just said hey, like hi. You know what I mean? And after that, he was starstruck. And then he was chasing me down, like all through the club. Like I couldn't even get away from him.
I don't know about all that now. You lucky me and Gavin looking for his cap.
So then, he asked me for my phone number.
Got them digits.
I gave him my number. And
in the bag.
She said, then he asked for the number. Yes. He asked me for my number. I gave him my number, and after that, he was blowing my phone up.
Oh, you up here. Oh, you up here capping. Oh, you up here capping.
So he, blew my phone up for a few days. Finally, I was like, let me just not have him in his room crying in the dark room.
You ought to be ashamed. Oh, you out here wilding for the gram.
I was like, let me not have him, like balled up in his room crying, thinking about me.
You know what? I'm not finna do this with you.
I'll let you take me out to dinner.
I'm not finna do this with you today on this fine Monday.
Yes, Kathleen was telling the story. So then after that, we went out to eat for dinner, and then after that was it.
Then comes Gavin.
We was like white on rice after that. So we dated for a while, and actually he was about to leave. Like he was about to PCS from Japan like a few months after we met. So we did the long distance relationship thing, and then he took leave and he came back and we got married the same year.
Big facts.
That we met. Like 8 months later, after we met, we got married. And we've been together ever since. And this is my best friend.
That's my boo. So, Kathleen, make sure you send us a DM on Instagram, and we will send you an Army Princess Collection gift card for being a loyal and informed
follower.
I'm talking about she was telling the story. Like, she was like the closed captions of the story in the comments.
Yes. So let us know when you get the drum, and we'll let you. Well, it's through the internet, so it doesn't matter.
It's through the internet. Why you sound like somebody auntie? We'll send it through the internet. Okay, Aunt Shirley.
I can't have you on my live and you're gonna be down here acting crazy with me.
Hey, listen. I'm just because you out here telling the story wrong and strong.
As Cammy said, men do be thirsty, so I believe that he chased you. See? I'm glad y'all on team Army Princess.
It's Cammy. I'm gonna need you to watch the video because I'm just telling you. Hey, ask Kathleen. Kathleen tell you what happened.
All right. So after we got married, we went down to the Japanese courthouse. We filled out the paperwork. We had to submit the paperwork. Yeah, excuse me, Gavin. Excuse me. I'm talking. We had to submit the paperwork to let them know that we got married, because he, like I said, so he actually PCS'd that summer, and we had a long distance relationship. He came back, he took leave, and we got married. So he was in Fort Hood and I was still in Japan. So he did a whole year deployment, was in Fort Hood, and I stayed in Japan for a whole year because I had just got there. Remember, I had just got to the brief.
And you was living it.
I had fun. I lived my best life. I went out. I had fun. I had some friends.
I was out there saving the world. And you was turned.
I wasn't that turned. Just a little bit.
Thank you.
But
I deployed, and when I deployed, I knew I was on the first thing smoking out of Fort Hood. So that's why we had to do our paperwork so that you can PCS the same place. Yeah,
so by the time he came back from his deployment, it was time for me to PCS from Japan. So since we were married and we had turned in that paperwork, we met up together. Actually, they put us back together. So I get a lot of people that ask me about, how does it work getting stationed with the other person, and if that person, somebody a few days ago said that their spouse was already in the military and they were joining, and how would they meet up with them. So it's a little bit different if the person is already in and you're joining, because once you fill out your paperwork, the military knows, that you married. You do all of that at the recruiting station with the recruiter and all of that. So when you finish basic training in AIT, they're gonna probably automatically put you wherever your spouse is.
Yeah, it's about timing. Nowadays with the moves and the way they're doing it, when you're year-month availability date to move, YMAV, it's gonna be about your timing. But what they will do is try to synchronize your timing and try to get you to move to the same location or within, I think it's 60 miles. It's not a guarantee, but the Army will try to get you within 60 miles of your spouse. Depends on your job. Ashley's job is very flexible, so it does help. But it's called the Married Army Couples Program. The minute you get married, you go fill out the 4187 Department of Army form, DA form 4187, to request to be to enter into the Married Army Couples Program.
Yep. And so then people always ask about pay and how does pay work with, being dual military and housing and all of that stuff. So the military.
He put the tape on and he's taking pictures.
I thought you did that.
No, he did this and he's taking pictures of himself.
Hey, Papa.
No, you don't need to sit with her.
So the military does give you money for housing and food and stuff. Mm-hmm. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Alonzo. Thank y'all for joining. Hey, Lindy. So the military does give you money for housing. And then when you get married, you automatically, automatically you don't live in the barracks. Not necessarily off base, but you don't live in the barracks, because that was another question about people asking, can they bring their family into the barracks? So you don't live in the barracks at all when you're married. When you marry, it's kind of a lot going on with the geographical bachelor, but
most of the times when you're married, you will live with your family. Family members are not allowed in the barracks, so you will live with your family into on-base housing, in which you pay your basic allowance for housing, your BAH, or you'll just take your basic allowance for housing, BAH, and you'll get a place to live off base.
And we talked earlier this week about where you should live off base, especially if you are new to the military.
Where should you live off base?
Well, where you should live.
Oh.
Period. Like, so I said, like, if you're new to the military, new with a family, I think you should live on base or very close to base.
Big facts. Yep.
Now, once you 2, 3, 4, 5 PCSs and you've been established, you can kind of live wherever you want, but just know that you might have a commute. Plan for your commute.
Hey.
But the military does give you money for housing and food.
Hey, Crystal, what's up? What's up? Yep, they do. They do. You don't have to spend all your BAH, your basic allowance for housing. You don't have to spend all of it. But it is based off your location.
Yeah, so it changes depending on where you PCS. So, for example, we live in the DMV area. It's very, very expensive here. So our BAH is more, which is just the money that they give us to cover our rent. So if I was to live in like a hick town, it's probably not
a smaller town. Well, that's why I got you unfiltered and uncensored today, boy. I'm just saying.
I was supposed to say a smaller town, not a hick town.
I think you were. I would pick that one for 100, Alex.
If I was to live in a smaller area.
You have to say smaller like that. You petty.
It's smaller. With smaller. No, I'm not gonna say smaller. I'm gonna say hick town because
she's gonna double down. Wow. Because
it don't have nothing to do with. It doesn't have anything to do with how small or how big the area is. It depends on like the cost of living. And usually, if you live in a place that's like a low cost of living, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's smaller. It's just
a low cost of living.
Hickey-ish.
Or low cost of living.
Low cost of living. Let's see what they're saying.
Yeah, let's transition to the question from Crystal.
Crystal said, is BAH divided between one or between, or if one gets the full and the other gets half? That is a very, very good question, Crystal. You wanna answer that question?
Why you sound like you at a board and you don't know? You're like, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. So the way BAH works for 2 active duty military is one person, normally the higher person,
the higher ranking person.
There we go. Thank you. The higher ranking person gets full BAH, and the other person gets BAH without dependents. So if you have dependents, so if you, let's say you have a child, then one person will get it full, the other person gets without. If you don't have any kids, then you both get it without. So that is a big benefit of being dual military. You both get
I didn't know if you don't have kids, both people get it without. I thought you're still the higher ranking person.
If you don't have dependents, you don't get it with dependents, right? Yeah. So you both get it without dependents.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the government has there's been some talk of changing that law, but as of now, that's what it is, and it is beneficial, I will say.
Yeah, it's very beneficial because a lot of people make bank, like they save their money, which you should be doing. You should always be trying to save your money and do what you can so you don't spend it all. So, for example, he gets the with dependent, I get the without dependent because I'm lower ranking than him. But that does, like he said, that doesn't mean we have to spend our whole paycheck. So his check alone covers the rent. So mine is like internet, gas, water, stuff like that. But you can live in an apartment. You can live in a smaller place. If you're single, you can have a roommate and share the cost so that you're not using your whole BAH because they put it in your paycheck. It's not like, they pay the housing apartment or they pay your mortgage directly. They give it to you and put it in your paycheck. So it's up to you to manage your money and you don't have to spend it all.
What's going on? Is that Paisley?
Hey, Paisley. I like that name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so Blackheart said, I want to move to the USA to Fort Lee. Can I? Because Blackheart, I believe you were in the UK. Where you at? Thank you, Cammie, Paisley. Denise said, that's so sweet. So, like we were saying, when you get married and, they recognize that you are married and then you start getting your pay, the with or the without pay, you get the BAH, you get the BAS, and you just have to manage your money. I would suggest just like trying to see what you could do to save your money
Yes,
and
yes,
not
be
spend
smart.
it all.
Yeah, be smart. Yeah, you can definitely be smart with your money because the military gives you majority of what you need, so you don't have to spend a lot of money. Oh, you're in the UK, so I think you'd have to join the army. Are they in the army? Blackheart?
I don't know. Are you in the army, like the U.S. Army, or you in the UK?
That's a question about on-base housing.
Let's see what Antoinette said. House on base housing. So we have never actually lived on base in the United States. We lived on base in Germany.
In Deutschland.
But that's because it's different. Like over there,
it's easier. It's much easier to live.
It's much easier to live on base, and when you don't know the language and all that jazz, it's just easier to live on base. But we've never lived actually on base in the States, and I would say it's more so because our first 2 duty stations were overseas. So it's not like we started in the States. First 2 duty stations overseas, and the second one was the third one. By the time we came to the United States, we went to Fort Meade in Maryland, and we knew we wanted to buy a house. Like we had been living overseas at that point for over 4 years, saving our money. So our goal was to buy a house. So we bought a house once we got back to the United States because we knew we wanted to start a family and all of that. And just make investments. So like I said, save your money, invest your money. So that was one of the investments that we wanted to do, was actually buy a house, because you get VA loans, you get all of that stuff, which makes it really, really easy to buy a house. So we never really actually lived on base.
Well, on base housing isn't bad. I used to live there as a kid.
Oh yeah, because he's a military brat, so he used to live on base as a kid. It's not bad. It's just usually small. That's the only thing I would say. Is usually small, and depending on where you at, is usually like older. It's not like, but now they're renovating like everywhere, renovating everything, and making it newer looking. So it's not bad. No, it's just my only negative would be that it's not. You probably won't get as much square feet as you would want to, but it's other than that, it's not bad.
Kevin wants his own chair.
It's Cammy said, who was the higher rank out of y'all? So he's the higher rank out of me because he's been in longer. Well, I don't know. It's not necessarily because he's been in longer, but in our situation, he's been in longer, so he outranks me.
Sorry, Gavin wanted his own share, y'all. So,
yes, I'm in the Army in England, but I want to move to USA.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to get a visa probably to move to the USA. Or do like a sometimes the military has an exchange program. I'm not very familiar with it, but they have that. Kathleen was answering the question already. But Kathleen already know what it is and what it was.
So Lindy says, "Are you still in the same house, or have you sold and moved on?" So we
saved it and rented
it. So we are now, I guess, we back in the DMV area, but we're not in Maryland. We're in Virginia now. So yeah, we're renting where we are now, and we have renters in our house in Maryland since we PCS from there and came back this area.
But yeah,
you want to talk a little bit about the VA loan stuff?
So the VA loan is very, very, very beneficial. I'm a big proponent of real estate and buying a house because that real estate, more often than not, tends to gain value. So what the VA loan does, it's Veterans Affairs loan, is they guarantee a lender the 20% of your loan that a normal person would have to have when they want to buy a house. So for example, I don't know if I explained that well, but for example, if you weren't in the military and you want to buy a house, and you want to buy a $100,000 house, and you go to Bank of America and say, hey, I need a loan for $100,000. Bank of America says, well, you need to put 20% down. So we need you to bring $20,000 to the table, and we'll give you a loan for $80,000, and you get your $100,000 house. Well, if you're in the military, you can get pretty much a house with no money down. You go to Bank of America and say, hey, I'm in the military, I want a loan. And they say, I have this VA loan eligibility certificate. So here's my and it's not really $20,000, but it says, if I default on the loan, you will get your $20,000 Bank of America from the VA. And so now you pretty much get a loan for $100,000, 100%. You still got to pay it, but instead of having to have that $20,000, you can get a house for You get a house without having no money down on the loan, like Kathleen said. Boy, Kathleen's smart than a mug.
I need to make Kathleen my moderator.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Kathleen be on it. She's smart. Oh, who's from NYC? What part?
Danique coming in from NYC. Did y'all drop where y'all was coming from?
Yeah, where y'all at? Where y'all at?
So
NYC?
We got NYC. Let me go back up.
Well, they can just
the UK.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to see if.
Hey, I miss NYC, man. We need to go back to New York, get us some pizza.
Yes.
Yeah, the pizza where you gotta fold the slice and the grease is dripping down. Yes. And so you like your Chinese food.
New York Chinese food.
Yeah. Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
Down there, down south. I miss Augusta too.
I do. I miss Augusta.
Yeah.
So for the people that are in here, how many people are in the military? I know Kathleen is in. How many people are in the military, and where are you stationed at? What are some of your dream duty stations? Let's talk about your dream duty stations, where you all want to go, the pros and the cons. We got Niceville, Florida. That sounds like a cool little name.
It do. Sound like a relaxing time.
I gotta go.
Oh, good seeing you in here, Blackheart.
So Cammy said I heard that some military people be married to a civilian and then they try to date a military person too. Can you do that?
How can you do that?
Oh, how can you do that?
How can you do that? I mean, it's not legal. Oh, well, it said date, I guess. It's not legal too. Well, it's not legal in the military.
So that's just them cheating, Cammy. That's basically what that is. If they married to somebody else and then they try to date somebody in the military, that's just them not doing the right thing and they cheating. Are you charged for adultery? Yeah, you can get charged.
Yeah, in the military, yep. It's under UCMJ. I'm
in the Guard. I work as a supply technician. Whoop, whoop, for the National Guard.
But you got real hype like you were a supply technician.
Because I want to do supply. Like, I was talking about this yesterday. I was like, I want to do supply. I want to do logistics.
Oh, that's cool. That ain't no joke. That ain't no easy job.
Yeah,
they work hard. That's what's up.
Marissa said Fort Campbell finally swore in and getting ready to ship out. Okay. Oh. So where you going to basic training? Do you know?
I'm tired, buddy. Okay.
Lindy, I'm not. My two sons are one Army West Point grad after a tour in Iraq. Wow, congrats.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Army West Point, that's a big accomplishment. No, leave that alone, buddy. Yours is
She said my other son is a Marine, 3 tours.
Oh,
that's hardcore right there.
Mad respect. Yep, mad respect. Oh, somebody else signed up for a supply. Yeah, they going to Fort Jackson then? Oh, I was reading ahead, my bad.
92 Alpha. I signed for supply. Woo woo supply. 92 Alpha.
Look at me.
Fort Jackson, then Fort Lee. Okay, so you're gonna be close by here. I wish that there was no COVID. What you trying to do?
I was trying to get Gavin in the camera.
I wish that there was no COVID because earlier at the beginning of the year, he and I talked about possibly doing like a meet and greet. And I'm like, since I live in this area, like I could go up to Maryland, I could go down to Fort Lee, I could go to Fort Jackson even. There's another one, Fort Eustis, and do like a meet and greet like at the PX. Not at Fort Bragg. Well, I'm thinking of Fort Hood.
We weren't gonna stay there. You acted like they was gonna trap us and make us be there forever. Yeah, we were gonna
try to do like a meet and greet, go to some people's basic training graduations and AIT graduations, but Blackheart said they want to go to Fort Lee. Why you want to go to Fort Lee so bad? Yeah, what's in Fort Lee?
Are you said 68 whiskey? So are you in the
Army, like the American Army or the UK Army?
I thought you when you say UK, like living in the UK, like British. 92 Alpha's a good job.
Oh, so he has 68 whiskey.
Somebody said they up in there.
Hey, Sadia. Thank you for joining the live. We've been talking about, getting married in the military and having a spouse. Tennessee. Okay. I know, Kathleen. If it wasn't for COVID.
Tennessee, man. I want to get some of that.
Are you driving up to Fort Drum? Are you like driving straight there or you going? Well, I don't think you could go home. I don't think they do hometown recruiting anymore.
COVID.
Have you ever been to Fort Bliss?
No.
You sure you didn't take a ride down there when you was stationed in Texas?
I don't even remember where Fort Bliss is.
It's in Texas.
Is it? What part?
I don't know.
Well, you said it's strong. Like
I know it's in Texas. I just don't know what part. I want to say it's like south, like southern part of Texas. What's the one that's on the border by Mexico?
It's that's Fort Bliss. El Paso.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, that's Fort Bliss. That's El Paso.
Hey, Kirsty. You a little late joining the live, girl. What's one thing you wish you did differently as a military couple, and what advice would you give others who are dual military? That's a good question. So what's something we wish we would have did differently?
Plan your long-term career goals in the beginning.
So like some of the stuff that I talked about yesterday, as far as, career progression and getting promoted. Mm-hmm. I wish he and I would have talked about that in the beginning, like when we first got married, kind of laid out what we wanted out of our career, because we have to work together, especially being dual military with the kids and, working late and deployments and just different jobs, different assignments. And so it takes coordination. So if we would have planned it out from the beginning, like, hey, I want to do this in 4 years and I want to get stationed here after here, then we would have had it just more laid out.
Yeah, I think it takes both people understanding what their long-term goals are to discuss it and have a realistic expectation.
Oh, that's a good word. Realistic expectation.
Yeah, they're 2 words. High five, you got it. But yeah, so then you can, because it does take some compromising, and maybe one assignment could be focused on one person's goal, and the other person's assignment could be, so you can kind of flip back and forth.
Yeah.
So it does.
And then she said, what advice would you give others who are dual military? So my advice, I would say, is that you have to, I know people say like communication, which it makes it sound easy, but I would say communicate with that person and, I don't know, just be flexible is the word, flexible. Because like he said, try to stagger the assignments. So one person's assignment focuses on that person, and the other, when you get to the next duty station, let the other person focus on their career at the next duty station, because it's going to be too conflicting for both people to try to do it at the same duty station, especially if you have kids. Now, maybe if you're single, you're not single, but you don't have any kids left yet, then you can do those things. But when you have kids, you got to be very flexible and understanding with the other person. But the good thing about being dual military is that your spouse understands what you're going through and what's going on, and it's not like a civilian spouse who has no clue what you're talking about when you're trying to vent.
Yep. And then with that being said, once you do communicate, if you don't, good job. If you don't have kids, then that's the time where you can do those broadening assignments and try to do high op tempo type of assignments, whether it's broadening assignments, deployments. You can try to do those and get that experience and get that on your records, because it's a lot more difficult when you have kids and you're trying to have those high op tempo assignments that take a lot of hours throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. So Kathleen said the bus is taking us there because they do not want y'all to stop along the way. They take y'all straight to the gate.
Oh, is she a single soldier or family meeting is there?
Is your family meeting you there?
That's kind of crazy.
Black Heart said, I'm in the UK. I'm 19, but joined from 16. Sadia, nice to know. My husband is a civilian. Yeah, so if your spouse is a civilian, really, really communicate. Like, you have to overly communicate and communicate more and be very, very understanding with them, because they don't understand. Fort Bliss. Okay, I've never been to Fort Bliss. Never been to El Paso or Fort Bliss.
That's North Mexico.
I want to go though, because I want some Mexican food. I love me some Mexican food. So when we leave from here, we're trying to go to Texas, and I'll be in my glory, y'all, because I'm gonna try to eat me some Mexican food and some margaritas like every single weekend. Kathleen said they cheap. That's because that's gonna be a little ride from Fort Lee to Fort Drum. Oh, so she said her husband is meeting her there.
Okay,
that's cool.
That's cool.
What do we have next? Are there still issues in the Army with certain ranks dating lower ranks? Let me put my banner up.
You not so it's against UCMJ for higher ranking people to date lower ranks. So I mean with any organizations there's gonna be different issues, but it's already built into the rules and regulations.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, y'all, I keep looking away, but he over here playing.
What did she say? Yes, Nashville hot chicken is the best. To me, the flavor is like a spicy hot dry rub, and it's so good.
I want to try. See, I was trying to talk about the Nashville hot chicken, but you didn't. You had.
Okay, so we're supposed to be going to Tennessee, right? Are we? Is we going to Tennessee? Is that
but man, we got to see after this New Year's what Corona talking about.
So we're supposed to be going to Tennessee next month to go spend some time in the cabins, y'all. And when I go to Tennessee, I'm gonna have to take me a little drive through Nashville. Is that where Beale Street is?
Memphis.
Oh.
Street's in Memphis.
Well, I want to go to Beale Street too, but I want some Nashville hot chicken.
Yes.
So Cammy, you're gonna have to let us know where the good hot chicken spots is.
Yes.
Like the real deal ones, not the little commercial tourist ones. We want to go. We want to go to the hood.
I don't know about the hood. Now, see you always.
We want to go to the hood and eat the good food. She said it's 9 hours.
No.
Get you some good sleep, Kathleen. That's all I can say.
Chilling.
Would you suggest that someone marry younger or older in the military? I don't think, I'm not gonna say I don't think that matters, but I don't think that's like a determining factor on who you should marry. I think because you can have somebody young with an old soul. My friend in the military is young, but she got an old soul. You would think she's an old lady. So I don't.
Arnessa smart.
She's super smart. I don't think that should be the determining factor. I think it should be how they act, how they function, how they, like what type of person they are. Are they responsible? That's the biggest thing. We got a super chat that popped up. Ooh, thank you.
Good looking out, buddy.
Look at that. We had a super chat a few days ago.
Thank you, big bro Dre. Appreciate you. Good looking out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put that in the diaper fund. You know what I'm saying? Gavin needs some diapers. Tell him now you can get some diapers, Gavin. Say thank you. That's how he says thank you, y'all. You know?
So I think it's more on how responsible they are. Responsible with their money, responsible with their career, how they treat you. Those are the type of qualities you should look for versus age, because you can have somebody that's older and act like a kid.
True. Big facts. Big facts.
So Big Bro Dre said, love what you guys are doing with the channel. You're a very positive representation of love, family, and military life. Bless up. Thank you.
Appreciate
That's so sweet.
We try. We learned a lot.
I like that.
Oh, y'all about to make her cry up in here. Make her emotional.
Sadia says, y'all be careful when you travel to Tennessee, because one sergeant came back from Chicago and tested positive for corona.
Trying to tell you.
Oh, no.
We no, on the real though, we just trying to be safe. We'll see.
Yeah.
How it is. I'm
so over corona.
It's everywhere. Corona's everywhere.
I'm ready to travel.
It's like
we didn't go on any of our vacations like we normally do.
Oh, be careful, guys. Good job.
Look at Kathleen shouting out Big Bro Dre. Thank you. Let's see. Paisley said, my husband is Army. We are stationed in Hawaii since 2019. I'm joining. Wondering, will we have to extend until my contract is up, or would they let me leave early when his is up?
She's stationed in Hawaii. We have to extend in Hawaii. No, that I'm assuming, without knowing all the information, I'm assuming that they'll just let you ETS out of there, and then you'll just be a civilian, and then you will leave when your husband's PCS time is up. So without having all the information, if you're going to ETS and your DROS date is going to be a certain time, then so we have to extend until my contract. Yeah, you will just ETS at that time and you'll be a civilian.
It says, or would they let me leave early when his is up?
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think now if you're talking about your PCS date, your DROS. So I'm glad you read that. So if your DROS date is different than his, then what you want to do is make sure you're in the Married Armies Couples Program and then ask for an extension. But you have to request that. And depending on your rank, the Army's moving into this new PCS process, in which you have a YMAV. So if you're an NCO, then you would have to request the change in YMAV so that you guys can PCS together. And we have a lot of experience with that because we were working on that lately.
Also, when I'm at basic and start receiving BAH, will it be the Hawaii rate where he's stationed or the state that I was born in? That's a good question.
It's gonna be where your family is.
Yeah, where you're leaving from, where your family is.
No, she's probably leaving. Oh.
Well, she's like her home of record is Hawaii, right? Where she's leaving from on the record.
It's based off where your family is.
Because,
Even if you go to Korea and you send your kids somewhere, it's based off where your family is. So make sure that you get paid based off where your family is. Because Hawaii is unless you're from
expensive.
New York, unless you're from Brooklyn, New York, or New York City, Hawaii is probably a higher BAH rate. No. You have one upstairs already, buddy. That's
so they're gonna pay you based off of, like he said, where your family is, because it's to take care of your family wherever they are.
Gavin, grab this. I'm gonna just do a shameless plug. If y'all want a glam box, go ahead and visit the website at ARMYPRINCESS.com with 2 N's. It comes with lip gloss. No, 2 lip gloss.
2 lip gloss, eyelashes, a keychain, and an eyelash applicator.
One of these. This is what he was trying to grab, y'all, but I just use this opportunity to go ahead and plug this in. You can buy it from one of your girls. You can get the gift wrapping option with the pretty bow. Y'all know I didn't do it. Yours is upstairs, buddy. You want to go get yours? Yes. Come on, let's go get yours.
All right, y'all. So we got 40 minutes.
Oh, let's finish it up.
Let's finish it up. If y'all have any other questions, you can take one over here to get.
All right, we got kicked out. Sit down.
So
come on, let's go get you.
Let me know. Like, I only had a few people say where they're. What's all of this noise?
I'm trying to like.
A few people say where their dream duty station is. So for the people that are, interested in joining the military, where is your dream duty station? I would say for me, it's not Hawaii. I don't know. I want to say for me, I really enjoyed like the southern states. So like Texas, but not Fort Bliss, San Antonio. I don't know if that would be my dream duty station though. San Antonio wouldn't be. But it would probably be, I don't know, y'all. Like a southern state like Georgia. I really, 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 really enjoyed Georgia, and I really, really enjoyed Japan. But I don't know if Japan. Japan would be my dream duty station to go back to because it was chill. She said, "Are y'all going to Gatlinburg?" I think so. I don't know. We just trying to go to somebody's cabin in the woods with a hot tub, and I want to eat. I thought you didn't get paid BAH at basic when going as dual army. I believe you do. You get BH. I believe so. You'd have to speak to your recruiter, but I believe so. Crystal said, I want to switch over and go to Germany. So are you talking about switch over going active duty? Because I think you should. What made you choose? So Crystal, what made you choose? I think you said you were National Guard. What made you choose National Guard over reserve or active in the beginning? Sadia said, no, not Fort Bliss. The weather is killing. Yeah, I know Fort Bliss is hot, but I love the heat. Like I could live in the hot state all my life. I love the heat. You sound like my mama. Sounds like a horror movie. What's a horror movie? Cammy said it's a lot of interracial couples in the military. Yes, it is. That's like big in the military. It's very interracial, intermixed. I was a single parent when I first joined. Oh, okay. So that's why you went guard. Okay.
I don't know if they do get paid BH and basic. Like I said, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that's why I said that one you would have to speak to your recruiter.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. You might get it once you get out of it, basically. AIT.
Once you get the AIT.
But I think you do. You for sure get it AIT.
When y'all go to AIT, because you can't really use the phone and check the internet when you're in basic training. But for sure, like if you get a weekend where you get your phone, check your pay. Because I had a few people tell me that their pay was messed up when they was in basic training, and it's very hard to get anything fix when you have a 30-minute phone call, but you want to at least check on it and make sure you're not in the negative and your money is coming in and you got all the allotment set up for whatever you have it going towards.
Save your money. Okay. Save your money. Oh, you said it again.
Yes, the cabins in the woods and a hot tub, not a bathtub, a hot tub.
Oh, I think she's talking about that. Sounds like a horror movie.
Oh no, it don't. That sounds fun.
We went to a nice cabin, so like, yeah, hopefully.
Because Cammy said, "Is it Gatlinburg? Is that where they are?"
Yes.
In Gatlinburg.
Gatlinburg.
Because I see a bear from afar. Like I know the bears over there is like gangster, and they'll come up to you.
Yeah, you about to bed.
I got paid BAH at basic through to AIT. Okay.
Good. That works. You want to sit down?
Here, come over here with me.
Gavin's about done, y'all.
His expiration date.
I'm about through with him too.
All right, y'all. Let me know what other question. What y'all want to talk about tomorrow? Oh, they said they want to hear about intelligence.
Oh, about my jobs. My jobs are good.
Anybody want to hear about any other MOS or any other hot trending topics tomorrow?
Yeah, we can definitely talk about
intelligence. So he's gonna talk about intelligence. I always talk about medical.
Well, I don't know about tomorrow, but maybe. So let's see.
Okay. Y'all need to visit Helen Hot Chicken in East and North Nashville is the hood, so definitely check it out.
Helen Hot Chicken just sound like she probably in there got some slapping chicken right there.
Like she in there with the grease.
Yes, like I'm talking about, like, yeah, that just sound like it's good. Sound like only locals go there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely want to go to Nashville sometime. I need Corona to be over so we can.
How far is Nashville from Gatlinburg?
I have not the slightest. I'm not sure what's close, like the closest city.
All right, y'all. Let me know what y'all want to talk about tomorrow. We are at 46 minutes already. We're gonna go ahead and end it here soon in a minute. Put Gavin to bed because he's reached his expiration date for today. Yes,
he needs to go to bed. But it's been cool sitting here chilling, chatting with y'all. It's good to see y'all in here. Supporting the live, supporting the family, supporting the diaper fund. Big bro Dre. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. Tell a friend, come through tomorrow. We should give out more gift cards tomorrow. Kathleen wants a gift card today.
Maybe we'll give out gift cards to the third person in the live tomorrow.
Let's just give it to the first three.
Or we can give it to the first three. What y'all think?
I like that. Oh, I guess you asked them. Oh, look at them dropping the green hearts. Good looking out for the love. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate dropping the green hearts. And telling y'all, hey, save your money, though, when y'all get in the military. I'm telling you, save your money. Don't buy a new car. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't buy a new car. This child is sleepy, y'all. He's taking orders, the little slips from the envelopes. He is sleeping. All right, y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow. Sadia said we'll be waiting here for you tomorrow. Oh, that's love. That's good looking. Thank you. I see y'all was in here. Y'all was in here early today. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and end it. Put Gavin to bed. Bye.